When I decided to pivot this channel's content into the RPG and MMORPG focus, I went back on my catalog of videos to take a look at all the RPG content that performed well over the years. Surprisingly, there were a lot of outliers in between the videos, but the one that caught my eye the most was the video I made not too long ago about the classic WoW experience for casual players. And it really got me thinking that this video had to have gotten so much attention for one or two reasons. Either it was because of the new servers that were coming out at the time I released it, or it just caught the attention of this so-called casual player base. All of this spiraled into me really putting thought about how many people throughout my life that I've shown WoW to really had the game stick to them for one or more reasons. And that number totaled out to be no more and no less than 1. That is not to say that I didn't have friends and family that played WoW, because I did. It's just that in every one of those cases that they did, they had a background that pushed them towards it, either by an inherent interest in RPGs or on the Warcraft universe itself. And it got me thinking of the conversations I had with all the people which I would now categorize as failed projects, as bad as it sounds, or people I failed to properly convince them that this game could be as great of an experience to them as it was to me. And I get the feeling that the reasons for which I failed are not that uncommon and can pretty much be applied to any MMORPG. And it all boils down to either people being overwhelmed, scared, or suffering from some sort of anxiety performance from other people in the game. If the blame for this can be put on the new players themselves or the communities they try to integrate is an entire other conversation that honestly I do not feel like is even valid at this point, because I've just come to accept that within every given game there will always be toxicity. It exists in every community, but on the other hand, so does kindness and respect. But this topic really got me thinking that a lot of people are put out of experiences like Final Fantasy XIV or WoW or any other MMORPG due to being fearful of not being good enough or not doing something properly or even ruining others' experiences with their lack of knowledge. And to that, I say, you don't need to be good to enjoy these games. Time and time again, I've seen the perspective of outside people about MMO players as them just being these lifeless neckbeards that have dedicated half their lives to the game, because there is no way of getting anything out of the game if you don't play it by min-maxing and spending all your free time in it. And as much as those people exist, I like to believe that nowadays they don't really represent the majority. Instead, it's people like me and many others who still find value in playing MMOs for the social experience and the journey through these worlds, and still manage to get enjoyment out of games like WoW Classic, enough to call it one of our favorite games of all time. Truth be said, there is indeed fun at being good at the game and clearing the content, but as time goes by and history goes through its course, I feel like people that are outside of the genre tend to create this mist of misconceptions around it and shutting it off as a possible source of fun, which is very sad. As cliche as it sounds, MMOs are truly about the experience. No matter how good the parses are and how big the damage numbers get, the memories you will remember 20 years from now are about entering zones for the first time, listening to specific music, and meeting people inside of the game. Every day that I wake up, I feel like I need to thank something above me, that the stars aligned that put me in a universe where things like YouTube, Warcraft, and Star Wars are a thing that exists. And as much as it might rub off on a wrong way to some people, WoW is a very emotional topic for me. As a game, it means and has always meant a lot to me. I made friends through this game, I grew as a person, and I created memories that I'm never going to forget. I just wish that one day kids got the experience that me and many others did. The wonder and amazement of exploring a world completely new to us with real people and real connections. And I feel like there's a multiplicity of factors that's stopping it from happening. I want to leave an end message for this video. No matter what your age is, if you ever felt like trying an MMO is something that you'd like to do so. No matter what roadblocks you will find along the way through your experience, there will always be someone on the other end that will want to play with you and will be there to accept you into the community one way or another. And you don't need to be good. At the end of the day, the games have grown so much in terms of content that there is truly something for everyone to enjoy in them. That's all I had to say. Other than that, this has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.